Hello everybody, I am your friend Prabal in the journey of non-verbal communication that we had been traveling for the past several weeks together. Now today I'll tell you a story, though I'm calling it a story, but it's actually a real life incident which I was fortunate enough to see myself and encounter. The story goes like this. In fact, I had been in Mumbai, in the city of Mumbai, for more than a decade, working over there for different professional companies. So during one of the companies, which was actually into selling industrial products, marketing of industrial products, we wanted to hire somebody for the frontline operation as a salesperson. Okay. Now, obviously, we wanted somebody who has got a good technical knowledge, and of course who was very fluent and confident in English speaking so that he can express himself, right? Because it's a more of a client based interaction with the customers, right? Now there was an interview board of a panel of 5 people where I happened to be one of the panelists to recruit that person. Now after going through 2 3 different candidates, I mean, one CV we came across which was impeccably sound. He was exactly what we wanted, knowledge wise, technical knowledge wise, about the product, about that industrial product that we were actually selling. And he had a good number of years of experience, right? But of course, he was working for a comparatively smaller company. So here comes that person. Of course, I'm not taking his real name. Let's call him Alex, for example. So he enters, quite a smart person, well dressed, well groomed, and he greets all of us in perfect English, beautiful pronunciation, and then he takes his seat, right? So whatever technical questions were asked, he could answer all of them perfectly. And we were actually, all of us were very much impressed about the way he was speaking. I mean, the English vocabulary, the words that he was using to express himself. But then, something we found was missing. I mean, we glanced with each other, the other interviewers, we glanced against each other. There was something missing which we could not initially make out. What is that? What is that? I mean, he is perfect. I mean, while scoring, we didn't find any wrong answers. Fundamentally, he was quite sound. He knew his subject. He could talk well. Then we realized, I mean, after that candidate was towards his end and subsequently he left the room, we discussed amongst ourselves. We realized one thing, that whenever he was talking, he was answering the question. He was talking in good English, grammatically perfect, but then he was not looking at us. He was looking for a few seconds and then he was looking sideways or he was looking up. Somehow we found that he was not really connected emotionally with us. He was definitely he was hearing the questions correctly. That's why he was giving the correct answers. But then we found that he was a bit distracted. He was sometimes fidgeting with his fingers. He didn't know what to do with his hands, so he was not using his hand gestures. And some of the hand gestures were actually contradicting to what he wanted to say. I mean, he was talking about something good. It's something like, I mean, he didn't, of course, use this hand gesture, but it's something like, you are appreciating somebody, oh, wonderful job done. But actually what you're showing is this, wonderful job done. How would it sound to you as a listener, as a person watching him? So that kind of mismatch we found, that his body was not speaking exactly what his voice, his vocabulary was speaking. So then we decided that this is one person whom we are going to hire. He is going to represent our company. Our reputation of the company lay at stake with him when he's going to represent our company to the customers and he's going to interact with the clients. Now, what impression is he going to carry? If we are not comfortable with him, an outsider customer, how would he take it? Because the first and foremost thing we found was the person has to make himself presentable in terms of body language, in terms of non-verbal communication. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That's most important. And that was exactly the reason why we all unanimously decided that despite this person being technically so sound and so, well groomed, well dressed, he has got a good sense of dressing, he was talking perfect English, even then we decided not to hire him because ultimately when he goes to face the customer, we cannot expect somebody representing our company who doesn't look into the customer's eyes and talk to him with that confidence. When he's going to sell a product, what kind of confidence he is going to communicate or convey to the customers about our product? The customers, the first impression that the customer is going to have is he's here to sell me something, a product, but then he himself is not believing possibly in that product. So why should I buy from him? So that candidate, that excellent candidate, got rejected. Now, my objective of sharing this story with you is basically to make you possibly understand or give a perspective about how important it is on how you say. Some of you might be in that position. Some of you might have faced this situation that you have fared excellently well in an interview and answered all the questions correctly without any grammatically wrong English and all, but still you are not hired. Why? You must be wondering. So can you resonate with that? Can you link yourself, relate to that? This is where I can possibly, help you out definitely in making yourself more presentable while you face the customers, while you face the interview board, while you face anybody for that matter in personal and professional life, and take your personality to a different level altogether. That's why we are here. That's why I am here to take you forward along with the journey of non-verbal communication. Watch out for my next episode, next Facebook. Thank you.